You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business.
And being a friend, I think, are two different things. I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf doesn't act friendly, and therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chop in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that...
And I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way that the fox differs from the wolf. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
I would agree that no doubt there have been a large number of whites who have posed as liberals and as friends of the Negro and who have time and again betrayed the Negro. On the other hand, I think one could point to a large number of whites who have struggled for civil rights, for equality, and have got little or nothing out of it, other than quite a few bruises.
Give me an example.
Well, the large number of white students who have gone into the South, for example, working for SNCC and other organizations.
Not working for SNCC or other organizations, but working for the white political machines who benefit by the voting efforts of Negroes.
Okay. I'll be more specific. I would cite Herbert Hill, for example, as a kind of person who has championed Negro job rights, for example, in New York City and elsewhere. He has fought the political machine.
First time I met Herbert Hill personally was when they were picketing to stop the working on the Harlem Hospital in Harlem. Negroes for 10 years had to fight the city to get an annex built on the Harlem Hospital. Because in Harlem, we need a hospital more so than anything else. Our people are sick. Plus, we do a lot of cutting and shooting of each other, though we profess to be nonviolent. And Herbert Hill brought his forces out and stopped the working on that site. This is the first time I ever saw him. Then, when work was brought to a halt on a hospital in Harlem, the same Negroes tried to stop the work at the Downstate Medical Center in Brooklyn, which is predominantly white. They were out there for 3 months during the summer. Couldn't stop anything. And I never saw Herbert Hill out there one time. Now, whenever it takes a stoppage of something that's going to affect the white man, you find the white liberal absent. But when it involves something that primarily will affect the best interests of black people and black people only, then that white liberal is present. Herbert Hill is the labor secretary for the NAACP. And if he was interested in black people, he would prepare a black man with the type of knowledge and understanding of the labor troubles involving black people that would enable a black man to sit in the same position as Secretary of Labor or Labor Secretary in the NAACP. I'm suspicious of whites who join Negroes and always have to be in the lead, who always have to be the head, who always have to be at the top in Negro organizations. Those whites who really have the interest of blacks at heart, let them give some advice to some Negroes and stand on the sideline. But don't join the organization and then get at the head of it and pose as a friend of Negroes.
Well, I would...
That was more than 50 years ago, pushing 60 years ago, that Malcolm X was talking about the conservatives and liberals and stuff like that. Now, in the first part of Malcolm X's soliloquy, he talked about the wolf and the fox. And in that, the wolf and the fox have the same type of hunger, they have the same type of ambition when it comes to getting their prey. But their tactics and the way they go about getting that prey is different. And we see that with the Republicans. We see that with the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party are the foxes. The Republicans are the wolf. Now, yesterday, President Joe Biden signed an Emmett Till monument to where it will be displayed in 3 locations in 2 different states, Illinois and Mississippi, where he was brutally murdered. Now, this is where I come in, right? Because one thing that both parties do is lie and gaslight. And this man who you see sitting down has been a willing and able contributor and collaborator to the detriment of Black folks. I'm gonna get on all those people that surrounded him later in a little bit, but I want to focus my target on Joe freaking Biden. This man has more than 50 years of terror to his reign during his time as a senator, during his time as vice president, and now being 3 years in office as president of the United States. Now, I appreciate everybody tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Underrated Darkness, my brother. Go subscribe to his channel, Octavius TX Made. You were the first one in here. My brother Courtney Washington down to 843. Appreciate y'all for being up here. If you catch the playback, I appreciate you catching this playback. If you in here and you real timid and saying something, I appreciate you watching. Now, I'm going to play the speech, Fair Use Policies in Effect. I'm going to play this speech from when Biden signed that paperwork yesterday. And then I'm going to provide some commentary on the other side.
But today, on what we've been, would have been Emmett's 82nd birthday, we had another chapter of the story of remembrance and healing. Just as we joined together when I signed the law in his name to make lynching a federal crime, and think how long that took for that to happen. I mean, and we screened the movie Till at the White House. Today, we join together as I sign a proclamation designating Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley National Monument in both Illinois and Mississippi. When we ended lynching as a matter of law, we talked about wanting to do this, but the support from the community has been so overwhelming. I thank the members of Congress for their support, but more than that, their leadership. At a time when there are those who seek to ban books, bury history, we're making it clear, crystal clear. While darkness and denialism can hide much, they erase nothing. They can hide, but they erase nothing. We can't just choose to learn what we want to know. We have to learn what we should know. We should know about our country. We should know everything, the good, the bad, the truth of who we are as a nation. That's what great nations do, and we are a great nation. That's what they do. For only with truth comes healing, justice, repair, and another step forward toward forming a more perfect union. We've got a hell of a long way to go. That's what's happening. That's what's going to happen with visitors of all backgrounds to learn the history of Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley through our national monument. Look, telling the truth and the full history of our nation is important. It's important to our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, to our nation as a whole. I've said it before. It was a lesson I learned coming out of, not like real leaders in the civil rights movement, but I came out of the civil rights movement as a kid, as a public defender. And I used to, I used to think that you pass something that was good, you can make hate go away. Hate never goes away. It just hides. It hides under the rocks. And given a little bit of oxygen by bad people, it comes roaring out again. It's up to all of us to deal with that. Up to all of us to stop it. Up to all of us. The best way to do this is with the truth. It's used in a different context, but I think it applies here. Silence is complicity. I will not be silent, nor will you be silent about what happened. There's really critical work ahead to continue the fight for racial justice and equality for all Americans. And my administration is committed to leading the path forward. And I know the members of Congress here are even more committed than that. I'm going to close with this. The reason the world saw what Mrs. Till Mobley saw was because another hero in this story, the black press. Oh, I'm serious. Jet Magazine, the Chicago Defender, and other newspapers and radio announcers who told the story were unflinching in the bravery with which they told that story, making sure America saw what they saw. Ida B. Wells once said, quote, "The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. The way to right wrongs is to shine the light of truth on them." Well, that's our charge today. By the way, parenthetic, do you ever think we'd be talking about banning books in America? Banning history? I'm serious. To the Till family, to all of you here today, I thank you for your courage, for never giving up. Never, never giving up. Before I say even what's more is on my mind, I'm not going to leave this podium. No, I mean, it's just barbaric. Barbaric what happened. And seriously, all you moms out there, imagine the courage it took to say, let them see. The courage. It's now my honor to sign this proclamation in memory of Emmett Till and Miss Mamie Till Mobley. And I thank you all for being here. And I know I'm considered too much of an optimist, but I believe if we keep pushing, we're going to continue to make progress. We're going to continue to make progress that's already being made. The idea that when that 14-year-old was buried, that in this Indian treaty room there were this many people of color holding powerful office, changing the direction of the country, would have been beyond our comprehension. And we're just getting started.
We've been watching President Biden sign a proclamation to establish a national monument in the memory of Emmett Till and also honor his mother and her work towards civil rights in this country. Till was just a teenager when he was abducted and lynched by a group of white men in the 1950s. The incident helped spark what became one of the most important moments in the history of the civil rights, as his mother opened up the possibility and showed the country what her son looked like with an open casket. There is the president signing this proclamation with a series of monuments to honor them both.
All right, y'all. There's a lot to unpack here in that diatribe that y'all just heard Joe Biden went on. Really lots to unpack here, okay? The first question is, why is he doing this, okay? And they had to pick his birthday to do this, right? Which he would have been 82 years old today. He's doing this is because he is losing black support. That's why he's doing this, right? He needs to find a way to garner the black vote. And this is a way for him, albeit a feeble attempt, but it's an attempt for him to garner the black vote, more specifically, the black female vote. That's why you heard him mention Emmett Till's mama, because she's getting a monument in her name too. This is all this is about. It's about the gin up the black vote for 2024. This is why Biden is doing this. Now, we need to, since you want to talk about telling the truth, well, let's tell the truth, right? Let's tell the truth. This was a fucking nothing burger. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, I'm about to, hey, if you a boule or you a bootlicking sellout, just happen to be infiltrating my goddamn comment section, I'm about to piss you off. I'm about to piss you off real bad. If you're a Biden bot or a Kamala butt kisser, guess what? I'm about to really pluck the feathers off your chicken, because we about to tell the truth in this motherfucker tonight. So buckle your seatbelts, because it's about to be turbulence on the LB Airlines. That's right. You guys didn't do a fucking thing at all when it came to arresting, prosecuting, and punishing those murderers, both on the Republican and the goddamn Democratic Party. You're both are responsible for what happened. Now, I'm gonna focus on Biden's DOJ, because Biden DOJ is in charge. Merrick Garland, Kristen Clark. We all know about Kristen Clark, because she heads the Civil Rights Division in the DOJ. Now, if you need a history lesson on what this woman looks like, hold on. I don't have her picture anymore. I don't have Kristen Clark's picture anymore. But in the previous video, I did have her picture. But Kristen Clark, she's a migrant. She's a black female immigrant who leads the Civil Rights Division in the DOJ. Now, she had ample opportunity to go get Carolyn Bryant Donald, the woman who falsely accused Emmett Till of whistling at her, which got that boy mutilated, beaten, tortured, murdered, and body thrown in the Tallahatchie River down in Mississippi. You had ample opportunity to go get her, and you didn't do it. You didn't fucking do it. You didn't do it. You didn't do shit. So now we're in a situation of how long can we stretch this out? Because last year it was the Emmett Till lynching bill. And then after that, it was, oh, well, let's bring the family into the White House so we can watch the movie Emmett Till at the White House. And now this year we got a fucking monument. What's next? What's next? An Emmett Till holiday? Because that's next. That's coming next. That's coming next. I promise you, they're going to stretch this thing out for as long as they can stretch that out. They're going to wring this goddamn sponge dry, and they're going to use Emmett Till's name to catapult themselves to the presidency and to remain in the Senate in the majority and get the majority back in the House. They're going to literally keep themselves in power over Emmett Till's dead body. And why are they doing this? Right? They're doing this because it cost them absolutely nothing. It cost them nothing. Hey, let's put somebody on a coin. Let's put somebody on a monument. Let's make a holiday after them and all that, because it cost them absolutely nothing. It don't cost these white supremacists nothing to do that shit. Biden, you say it's important to tell the truth? Well, let's talk about you, sir. Let's talk about you. Because you, sir, when you was a senator out of Delaware, what did you say? I don't want my kids going to school with these cockroaches, to that effect. Remember you said that? Remember you had a hand in the 1986 Anti-Drug Abuse Act? Remember you wrote the 1994 crime bill when you were sitting up here calling this thing Biden's law? Or you don't call it Biden's law no more. Or you ran far away from that when you ran for president. And you had that dirty tennis ball head Simone Sanders try to parrot your talking point. You had your dirty tennis ball head Simone Sanders telling black men to shut up and speak only when spoken to. She's out there tackling people out in the crowd like she was trying out for the Dallas Cowboys. And what did she get for all that buffoonery? What did she get in return? Did she get White House press speaker? Did she get an important role within the cabinet? No. She went from kicking ass and taking names to kissing ass and making coffee for Kamala Harris. That's what she got. You say hate never hides. Hate never goes away. It hides. Well, so that displays you to a T. Because you still hate black people. Because where's the reparations? You sitting up here talking this nonsense about Republicans trying to erase history and rewrite history. Well, what the fuck y'all think y'all doing? When y'all tell us that we can't get reparations and these pigs out here who get involved in misconduct don't get punishment, they get to go home. Meanwhile, the victims' families sitting there mourning. So what are you talking about? What happened to the Police Accountability Commission? That's one of the things you promised, right? So to that bootleg family member that's the last remaining survivor of the Emmett Till family, get fucked, okay? Get fucked. Because promises made is promises not kept. Because Biden did not keep his promise when it came to that Police Accountability Commission. Silence is complicity. So why did you not, guys, not go get Carolyn Bryant, even when they found the goddamn warrant? They found the goddamn arrest warrant, and statute of limitation for murder is unlimited. There's no statute of limitation for murder. That woman could have been playing bingo. She could have been walking her fucking dog when she had that breathing apparatus on her. She could have been, I am missing my chicken. She could have been saying that shit. Hell, for all we know, she could be sitting in the bathroom with her depends, holding on to the goddamn toilet for dear life, and you still could have went and got her ass. She could have been sitting in group therapy with that little breathing apparatus on her, and she holding that thing up to her fucking neck while she talking, I am Carolyn Bryant. I have a problem. And all these motherfuckers sitting around there, hey, Carolyn, y'all could have go got her ass then. But you chose not to. Camel toe, oh, camel toe. You think you above this? You think you can escape that? Hell no, you can't escape that, because you, Kamala Harris, had a situation out in California when you was the Attorney General. You could have went out and got Matrice Richardson's murderers, but you chose not to. You instead used that as some kind of prop in your run to the Senate. And as soon as you became senator, when that word came down that you was the winner and you was going to become the junior senator out of California, 6 weeks after that announcement was made, the case was dropped. No charges. We couldn't find nothing. Ain't nothing to see here. Right? Then, hey, look, forget about the fact that downtown Willie Brown was lifting up your skirt so that way he can, he was elevating your skirt to get some cootie cat, right? You use Matrice Richardson case as a way to elevate your position within the hierarchy within the Democratic Party. Then you try to run for president, and this was you when asked about reparations. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit the black people. No, that was you. You basically committed career political suicide when you did that. But you're all about justice and you're all about accountability, right? Yeah, miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that bullshit. Because see, the truth is ugly. You guys are just as bad as the goddamn Republican Party. What's up, Mark Wunderlich? Salute to my man Mark Wunderlich in the building. You guys are just as bad as the goddamn Republicans. That's why I played the video with Malcolm X breaking down what it's like for a fox and a wolf and the tactics they use to get their prey. And who is the prey when it comes to the fox and the wolf in this scenario? It's the black community, because we've both been victimized by both parties of white supremacy. Both of them. They're different fangs on the same snake. They're opposite sides of the same coin. Two wings on the same bird. It doesn't make a difference. So silence is complicity. You said, Biden, silence is complicity. Then why are you silent about, for all these years, about Carolyn Bryant and her two brothers or her two family members that went and mutilated Emmett Till? Why are you so silent about that? Why did y'all stay silent for all those years? You knew where the fuck she was. All you had to do was go get her. You mean to tell me we could go 7 times east and find a president of another country in a fucking hole, but y'all can't find Carolyn Bryant? Are you fucking kidding me? I was deployed overseas in 2001. I was off the coast of Iraq on deployment. We found Saddam Hussein in a fucking hole in Iraq. And you mean to tell me y'all can't find Carolyn Bryant? Y'all couldn't find Carolyn Bryant. Similar to the way y'all couldn't find that dope that was in the White House, in it. Y'all still couldn't find the dope? We all know who the dope belongs to. Where's the fucking dope? Which brings me to the Congressional Black Caucus. You guys are a caricature and the walking personification of a failure. You guys have failed the black community. You guys have failed the youth. And then a lot of you guys out there is running your mouth, talking shit like y'all did something when you ain't did nothing. And you're failing the youth. That's why we got people like C.J. Pearson and Candace Owens and fucking Mark Lamar Hill and Simone Sanders. Because them bootlicks had to get it from somewhere. What's up, Marco Hinton? Them bootlicks had to get it from somewhere. Now, where in the hell would they get that from? All that tomfoolery. All that shucking and jiving. All that buck dancing. Roland Martin, your grimace looking ass ain't above reproach too. Because you was out here pushing that bullshit too. Roland. Why do you think we got the people out here like Reese Colbert? Well, Reese Colbert, you fine as hell, but you're a goddamn ghetto-ass, mouth-frothing hood rat. Why do you think we got all these legion of bootlicks? And it's not going to stop because these legion of bootlicks are trending new legion of bootlicks, and they're going to come around here pairing all these talking points and shit, right? Look what they did with Ice Cube. Ice Cube, when back in 2020, when he was having the contract for Black America, right? He put it out for both parties. Biden and old nigga Jim Clyburn, little underling Cedric Richmond, basically told Ice Cube, hey, well, we can't deal with that right now. We're gonna deal with that after the election. Do you think Cedric Richmond doubled back and contacted Ice Cube about that contract for Black America? Hell no, he didn't. Matter of fact, nobody called him back. It was Katrina Pearson, and Katrina Pearson, you fine as hell too. You and I better not ever come across each other because I want to get you bucket naked. I'm just calling, I'm shooting my shot right now. Katrina Pearson, you're finer than a motherfucker, but you're a goddamn coon. So I got to tread carefully because I don't do coons. I don't give a fuck how fine y'all. But don't worry, me and you ever get bucket naked, I will fuck the coon out you. But anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program already in progress. The fact of the matter was, Trump took it. Trump sat down and listened to goddamn Ice Cube. And what did these guys on the left do? They, Ice Cube's a sellout. Ice Cube's a sellout. Oh, Donald Trump, he sat down with Trump. That's what they did. Not only they did that, and then another element that I didn't tell you about is when Ice Cube first brought out that contract for Black America. What did them motherfuckers at MSNBC do? What did they do? This is what they did, right? They found any kind of bootlicking, sellout, shucking and driving, corn shucking, buck dancing, spit shoe shining individual who was willing to taste them biscuits, whether it be Grands, the extra flaky Grands, homemade, straight from Hardee's or Carl's Jr., you name it, them motherfucking bootlicks was willing to audition to sell their ass for a couple trinkets. And you had a panel of 6 motherfuckers with Joy Rieslow underling Tiffany Tiffany Cross, along with a whole bunch of other bootlicks, like Jamil Smith. And Jamil Smith, you and I got unfinished business, motherfucker, because I asked you a question and you ignored me like you some fine bitch at the club. Don't fucking ignore me when I ask you a question, motherfucker. Y'all sit up there and y'all took turns talking shit about Ice Cube. You passed his name around like it was weed at a fucking round table. Oh yeah, we getting in this motherfucker tonight. We in this motherfucker tonight. Then when Ice Cube talks to Trump, then all of a sudden Ice Cube's a sellout now when you guys totally ignored him. You guys had people circling the wagons talking shit about Ice Cube. All you geezers, all you geriatric folks still out here going to Family Dollar buy Dark and Lovely, you make me sick. All you guys getting Just for Men, putting all the patches in your head, making it look like you got a full head of hair, you make me sick. You guys ain't serving nothing in the black community. All you doing is serving your goddamn selves. You motherfuckers going there broke. Now y'all $500,000 richer. Hell, some of you $4 million richer. Hell, some of you guys are multi-millionaires. But every time y'all election cycle comes up, y'all want to bring y'all sticking asses in our face and talk about, hey man, y'all need to vote for us because if y'all don't vote for us, the Republicans is going to take over and you're really not going to get nothing. Hey, well, we ain't getting nothing now, so what the fuck's the difference? We're not getting that now. All we getting is a whole bunch of symbolic gestures and kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya, oh Lord, kumbaya. Bed. Or this is my favorite one because you have that Al Sharpton dimwit bring his stupid ass around. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. And you have old nigga Jim Clyburn on one side. You got some other bootlick on the other side, Sheila Jackson Lee, or that California raisin, Maxine Waters. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. And all them legion of bootlicks and all the bootleg cloud, all the bootleg in the crowd, right? Justin Fairfax, you barely duck a goddamn rape conviction because Vanessa Tyson lied on your ass. But anyway, you find your way to the bootleg jamboree and y'all got your cell phones out and y'all taking all kinds of pictures, y'all recording all kinds of video, putting it on Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, whatever tickles your fucking fancy at this bootleg jamboree. Then you go to the National Inaction Network, right? Oh, how can I forget about Tamika Mallory? This fake ass activist. Yeah, because she's selling the black community up the river so she can get a fucking Cadillac in 15 seconds at the goddamn Grammys. See, that's that cool shit I don't like. Y'all don't speak up when y'all supposed to speak up. And y'all sitting up here talking about, oh man, we need to tell the truth because the truth is inconvenient. And the truth don't care about your feelings. And get your ass out of here. Get your asses out of here. Y'all sitting up here erasing history all the time. Why y'all bring up that thing what's going on down in Florida? Because if my history served me correct, right, Democrats were the ones who was out here pushing slavery. That's what prompted the Civil War. So yeah, don't sit up here and talk about, oh, well, Florida is trying to rewrite histories in the school and all that. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I learned this yesterday. You know that they were using babies as gator bait. That's where that whole term came from. Them racists, them white supremacists out there was using little black babies. And they were dangling black babies in the water to attract the alligators and shit. Then you got them Florida Gators fans out there doing that goddamn Trump and shit. Boy. I'm telling you right now, when I saw that yesterday, that lit my ass on fucking fire. You got these savages out here using babies, black babies as fucking bait to attract a goddamn alligator. And you mean to tell me y'all can't give us... Boy, Yeah, you see, y'all don't really want the truth being told. You just want the truth told so that way it can make America not look as savagery as it is. But the truth of the matter is, this soul of the nation that he always keeps saying is full of opportunists, it's full of racists, white supremacists, scammers, schemers, and skeezers. If you really want to tell a fucking truth of the matter, and black folks still have yet to get reparations. Nobody else needing a goddamn study. If I want to study for something, I'll study for a goddamn exam tomorrow. If I want to study for something, everybody else, they don't need no study. Just walk right in, right? Zelensky walking in like a goddamn crack fiend. Hey, man, I need some more money. I need some more of that money, man. Give me some more money. I need some more weapons, too, man. Russian bombing the straight up, mate. And what Biden do? Done. Cut the check. No questions asked. Get all kinds of weaponry, get all kinds of money, get all kinds of food, get all kinds of resources. Meanwhile, you roll through Detroit, you roll through Baltimore, you roll through Atlanta, you roll through Jacksonville, you roll through some parts of Houston, you roll through some parts of New Orleans, you roll through all them cities, right? Predominantly black towns. And we can't get no kind of assistance. Hell, we can't get somebody to come out there and repair the goddamn basketball goal that's in the fucking hood. But y'all sitting up here talking this shit about, we gotta have the soul of the nation. The soul of the nation's at stake. Yeah, get your ass out of here. That goddamn bill y'all signed yesterday was a nothing burger. It was nothing more than to fleck and distract and get people cheering and get people saying, oh, we making progress. Ain't no fucking progress being made. Because if progress was being made, that bitch would not be in the ground right now, resting easy. She wouldn't have been no goddamn retirement home passing away in her fucking bed. She should have been dying in the 6x9. So don't piss on me and tell me it's raining outside. The truth of the matter is, Joe Biden is a white supremacist. He's sitting up here at his inauguration with Amanda Gorman. Amanda Gorman running around here talking about still I rise, still I raise my arms, we let our arm down. Running around here with a goddamn yellow overcoat on, her really dark skin, and that goddamn yellow big ass jacket looking like a rotten banana with a lifesaver on top of her fucking head. Talking this feminism shit. The fuck out of here. And you talk about, well, we need to combat white supremacy. You're a white supremacist. Have you forgotten? Did the dementia kick in that bad that you forgot that you're a white supremacist? Because see, white supremacy is not just limited to the KKK and the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and the 3%ers. Or the Patriot Front. Those are not just white supremacists. You guys is white supremacists too. When you got that goddamn Mitch McConnell looking like a goddamn ventriloquist dummy with a burnt up jack-off hand. He sit there and talk about, well, President Obama was your reparations. You fucking snap turtle. That bastard sat up there on the podium today. He said things. He said like 2 seconds of nothing, and then just stared at everybody like he was in the trance, like somebody was stirring a fucking coffee cup, and he was just in that zone, or somebody was dangling a chicken nugget in front of him, and he just said absolutely nothing. Like, doo! He was like, bitch, 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 and they had to take him somewhere to get looked at, because he just said something, and all of a sudden he just started talking and started staring at people like he was in the Twilight Zone. So yeah, you guys ain't no different. You Democrats ain't no different than the Republicans, because you guys are liars. You guys are gaslighters. You guys are complicit, and you have to keep the engine running. You got to keep the meter running when it comes to this white supremacist ideology. Y'all had the opportunity to go get Carolyn Bryant. You chose not to. Now all of a sudden, this woman croaks, and now we want to sign a bill on his birthday for symbolic gestures because it cost you absolutely nothing. My little brother tried to call me on my live stream. It cost you absolutely nothing. That's why I'm pissed off. This is why I really get upset that when I see this going on, all this sucking and jiving and butt dancing and selling out and shoe shuffling for what? For what? What's up, Reef? Salute to my man Reef, the watcher in the building. So this nothing burger that people are clapping and cheering and talking about, oh, well, we need to heal. Heal from what? The wound is still fucking fresh. What are we healing from? And then, on top of that, you guys are the one that caused the goddamn wound. See, when we're sitting up here saying that white supremacy take both sides of the argument or all sides of the equation, this is what I'm talking about. They're the ones sitting up here and caused the wound, and they talk about, well, we need to heal. Motherfucker, y'all the one that caused it. Y'all caused the problem. The hell's we talking about here? So no, nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for no goddamn monument. Nobody asked for no drawn out press conference to where we're signing bills propping up monuments. Nobody asked for that. What people really asked for, y'all ignore. When it comes for reparations, when it comes to ending qualified immunity, when it comes to punishment of the police, yeah, we can't get none of that. We can't get that, but we can get Harriet Tubman on the statue, or some random black woman on a quarter, or some random person on a monument like we did with Emmett Till, or we could get a holiday. Now ain't nobody asking for no goddamn holiday. And what these white supremacists do? Well, hey, I know it's Juneteenth, but nigga, you're not taking that day off. You're gonna bring your ass to work on Juneteenth, nigga. And that's what they're gonna say. Now, if white supremacists let that word come out their mouth, they're gonna get a foot straight in their ass. And I don't play that shit. if you white supremacists and that word come out your mouth, just know ain't no more talking gonna come after that. What's gonna come after that is you picking your teeth from off the fucking ground. Mm-hmm. Some companies don't even let people take that day off. So what does a day off do? Absolutely nothing. A day off costs them absolutely nothing. All these symbolic gestures are running thin. You need to start delivering tangibles, Biden. You too, Kamala Harris. You too, because you a fraud too. You a fraud too, Kamala Harris. You think we forget about you and all your misdeeds and transgressions? Hell no. This woman can't even read a goddamn presidential daily brief. They'll prepare. One more thing before I bounce up out of here. I know I'm going all over the place now, but it shouldn't be lost in the fucking memory hole. Kamala Harris is given a presidential daily brief. All she has to do is read the brief, understand the brief, so that when she goes to these meetings, she could be somewhat competent. But the truth of the matter is, she shows her incompetence and then get mad at the same people who spent all that time, all that energy preparing the brief for her. And then she wondered why there's this mass exodus of people leaving, and then there's this mass exodus of people going on Discord or whatever chat line talking shit about her behind her back. Charlatan the fraud, Charlemagne the God, you're not above this either, because you was running around behind this woman when she was trying to be president. Charlatan the fraud. Now all of a sudden now you don't like the Biden administration. You sitting up there on the Breakfast Club talking shit about how you don't like the Biden administration when you was hitching your wagons behind Kamala Harris and you had her on your fucking show, putting on that fucking front like you challenging the establishment. Motherfucker, you ain't nothing but control opposition, you cue ball fuck. Charlatan the fraud. You sitting up here acting like you all of a sudden scared, don't like the Biden administration because they failed to do this. Motherfucker, you was complicit. You was a willing and able collaborator. So don't bring your sticking ass around all of a sudden now. Oh man, the Biden administration haven't really done nothing for the black community. No shit, Sherlock. We try to tell your stupid ass that. Then they try to make the Breakfast Club out to be the go-to station for politics. You had the white media literally out here making the goddamn Breakfast Club. When they sit up here and talk about love and hip hop and whatever kind of ratchet ass bullshit that's going on out here in the discourse, they try to make that show a syndicated radio show out of New York, where 2 of the 3 fucking hosts can't even get along. But that's supposed to be the point place for politics. Just because you had Camel Toe, oh, Camel Toe. You had her on that show lying talking about how she smoked weed when she was in college and shit. And she smoked weed when she was in college listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Remember that shit? Then you had on your show last year, before your show got canceled. Then you sitting up there talking about, oh man, who's the president, Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? Like that wasn't rehearsed. Like she wasn't coached on what to say. Mess me with that dumb shit. Mess me with the theatrics, okay? Mess me with that spectacle. All this bullshit just keep popping up like a goddamn genital wart. Then come election time, talk about, hey, vote for me. Vote for me. We ain't gonna do shit for you, but hey, go ahead and vote for me anyway. No. I got better things to do with my time. I'm not going to vote for nobody that got my best interests at heart. Why would I give you my vote if I know you're going to sell me up the river? On election day, I want to get bucket naked with a girl. Shit. I got better than do my time, goddammit. People tired of the misinformation. People tired of the shucking and jiving. People tired of the games. People being tired of being left astray. Every year, the same old goddamn issues keep coming up. And every year, we keep y'all keep making these promises, and y'all get reelected, and the same shit, right? Same old digi ass rats that's out there making soup in the kitchen while kids is in college. Same old fucking people out here who need money for medicine and all that can't get it because the medicine too goddamn expensive because you motherfuckers is failing to regulate these clowns. Taxes getting higher, rent's getting more expensive, goddamn, all kinds of shit's getting more expensive. Bacon, brisket, picanha, all that shit's getting more fucking expensive, and you black bootlicks up there ain't doing a goddamn thing but lining y'all goddamn pockets. You got the president's dog out here biting people like he fucking Cujo. Red 1010 going wild. You over there walking, minding your business. They say, no, you got a dog biting your fucking arm. Right? Dog just going around here just biting random people and shit. I mean, what the hell's going on? Dog bite people, can't fight dope in the White House. You got cameras everywhere. You mean to tell me there's cameras everywhere around that motherfucking establishment? And you mean to tell me that you can't find the goddamn dope? Man, look here, man. Look here, man. Look here, man. We can't have true change when the same people is running the operation. And then when we do get different people in the forefront, and you got these white supremacists operating in the background, like these plutocrats, like the wealthy billionaires that y'all really shake y'all ass for campaign donations. Yeah, because that's all y'all are. Y'all not more than highly paid escorts or prostitutes. Whatever make your biggest sizzle makes no difference for me. Makes no difference to me. But the fact of the matter is, you guys are nothing more than whores. Highly paid escorting hoes. Make me sick. Now, if you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platform. I could go on all night. But I'm not trying to waste your time. I know you got things you got to do. I know you have a life to live. And I take your time very seriously. Because I don't take what you do for granted, allowing me to be your voice. Shouts out to the LDBC, Lions Den basketball community. I thank everybody for tuning in. If you want to donate to my YouTube channel, my Cash App is $Freeway95 US. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt!